Hi there, how's it going? I hope that all of you are doing well, because I am doing well as usual. What I'm going to do today is actually to start planning replacement for pipes that goes from a hydrophore to the kitchen. You might be asking why. You actually might know why. When we noticed that our water is actually getting blue, it's like 2 days ago, but for you it might be, I don't know when this video actually will come out, but that's just like a for time reference. So I have decided, even though we are still waiting for actually water to be tested, that I'm going to replace the part of the pipeline that takes the cold water to the kitchen and also eventually hot water to the kitchen, just to have peace in mind. So that's what I'm going to do today. Not the replacement, but it's before all big jobs begins, it's necessary to do actually planning and calculate the material, and probably that's it. So I will just walk you through how I'm planning to do it, what pipes I'm going to use, how I'm going to connect all of it. Also, I decided that because the summer it's coming, it's gonna be good to be able to warm water a different way than just through the wood stove. I will be calculating material for water heater that I ordered today. Oh, you can't imagine how my wallet sort of a scream like ouch at that moment when I ordered. I wouldn't expect how some stuff are so expensive here, because I still compare prices to the prices I'm used to from Czech Republic, but it is what it is. One thing that keeps me a bit happier is the fact that I will not have to pay for a work, because I believe that that would be way more expensive. Let's get to it then. So first let me show you probably what part of the pipeline I am about to exchange. Maybe I should also tell you that the pipe that it's coming from a well, that's something I'm definitely going to replace this year. I know that that pipe it's already rusty inside, and I saw its condition in a well. It's rusted from outside as well. So, and the pump I have wouldn't work if in that pipeline would be single hole. If it would be able to suck air in, that pump wouldn't work. So that's something I'm planning to replace as well. Unfortunately, because the soil is frozen, I can't right now, and that's bit that's a bit annoying, to be honest. Once the soil is loose enough, I will be digging like a mole in the soil. So I would like to replace the pipeline going here from hydrophore. As you can see, then it goes up through the wall. Through the wall, it continues here. Here it splits into several directions. So first direction goes down, and it goes into the wood stove where it's warm up and then leaves as a hot water. From here we are still on the cold water. It continues this way, and this way it continues into the upstairs bathroom. And this way we continue here. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot that on a cold water pipeline we have another turn here. That turn goes down here to the tap, and also it goes there to that valve over there, and that serves for refilling a heating system with a cold water. There is a turn to kitchen here, and then it's terminated here with a tap. So now when we will look at the warm water, that's part of the pipeline I want to replace as well. So now the old one, hot water, it actually starts here at the wood stove, then it goes up, and again we have a two direction. One direction goes here, it goes here to the kitchen, and then it's terminated here with a tap. The other direction goes up to the upstairs bathroom. As you can see, based on the fact that the insulation is gone, this is this coupling, and there was a different plasterboard as well. So something already happened there in the past. Same thing we can see actually here. Something was happening here as well. Every day when I'm going to the basement, I'm so tempted to take it down and just have a look what they were doing there. And one day I will. I don't know why I didn't do it yet, but yeah, so tempted. So yeah, that's how the pipes are looking right now. What I want to change in this system as it is right now, that system on its own, it would be good. Like the pipes are almost the 22mm pipes here, metal one, that would be perfect. But the fact that the most of it's inside filled with yeah, like this, you can see. So even though it might be 22mm pipe, but the actual inner diameter of that pipe, it's not what it should be. Thanks to all that debris and sediments, it's reduced to something less than 15mm pipe. And for those of you who did know, they might understand what I mean by when you have a so small diameter of the pipe, it's actually your water delivering system, it's struggling with delivering the water. I have a low pressure, and if I open tap in two different spots at the time, it's just not enough to supply two spots with a reasonable pressure and amount of the water. So that's something I would like to change. I probably will bore you with some dimensions, but yeah, why not, right? So I would like to go from here with a 22mm pipe and continue through the wall. You might be asking, why so big pipe? Because it's gonna be splitting into the several other directions, and I would like all of those direction to be well supplied with a sufficient amount of water in the case that there would be two taps in a house open. So I would like same pressure to be everywhere. Compared to what it's right now, it's gonna be heaven. So I would like to go with a 22mm pipe here, and from here I will probably go 18mm pipe upstairs, and when we get upstairs I would then split it into the several 15mm pipes supplying the toilet, sink, bath. So I will have a huge pipe going up that will split into the several small, but because the huge pipe will have a ability to carry a lot of water, it will be able to feed all of those smaller pipes without any issue. Same will go for the other pipes. From a source I will go with a big diameter, and closer I will be getting to outlets, sinks, tap, baths, toilet. I will make that diameter smaller and smaller. Smallest diameter in my pipeline will be 15mm. You probably get the idea what I mean. Because of the summer is coming and we are not planning to use a wood stove so often, and because it's right now the only way for us to warm up the water for the taps for washing, we have decided that we are going to get a water heater. I will get into the details what I was deciding between what are the prices and everything, but firstly, I had to sort of think where I would like to put that water heater. As you can see, I would definitely find some spot here, but it would be crowded there, so I decided that it would not be a good idea. There are two spots between which I am thinking right now. One of them could be actually here instead of this old washing thingy. I should mention that that water heater will be actually standing on the ground. It's not the one you attach to the wall. So it might go either here on the ground, or there is actually another option where it would fit and it could be here. Yeah, but that would bring one sort of trouble. If I would decide to have it here, you can see that on the ground here, it's actually, there is an access point to the pipes. Here is a point where, we can call it maybe manhole, where the two pipes are actually connecting into one and then continuing out of the building. So with that water heater actually put here, and if it would be sitting directly on the ground, it would be blocking the access to it. There was an option to build a very simple structure that would elevate it from the floor, therefore the access to that manhole would remain. Or I can go for an easier option and actually put that water heater here in a corner, but I would have to put it very wisely because again there is an access point to the drain pipe. So that's something I'm still not very sure about. I will probably decide later. I know that I should decide right now when I'm planning to buy a pipes, but anyway, I'm planning to buy a bit more of a pipes because here it's better to have something extra if something would go really wrong, and it's better to have material to fix stuff than to have to order material and wait for it so you can fix stuff. So that's something I need to decide. Right now I hopefully explain everything, so now it's just about to take some measurements, calculate how much of what diameter of the pipe I will need, how many couplings are needed, and that's it. I have to remember to order insulation. Yeah, we will need the insulation. Before I proceed with ordering all the materials and everything, I actually went through all the couplings I have here. Yeah, it's something I ordered previously when I was dealing with the heating systems. I like to have something spare. So it's a good, so some of it could be used. I actually made a list. As you can see, on that list I wrote in a red what I actually have. And based on that I will order the rest. So regards the pipeline or pipes, I actually decided to go for copper pipes. There are other options, of course, but I always love to actually solder copper pipes. Always when I had an option between a user plastic and copper pipes, I always went for copper pipes. It's just, I really like it. I also like the result, and I think that when you properly solder copper pipes, it's gonna last. Also, day life expectancy should be somewhere between 50 to 70 years. It very much depends on pH of the water. So let's hope that everything's gonna be alright here. So yeah, definitely I will go for copper pipes. It's just something I really like and prefer. I might be wrong, but... So now I actually put everything into the basket. I'm not sure if you can see it, but right now in my shopping basket it's 282 items. Crazy. So, and I realized that actually I wanted to replace these. I have a huge, like I have a unreasonable amount of spare seals. Actually, let me show it to you. Yeah, all those boxes are filled with O-rings, seals and replacement parts for the taps, but unfortunately neither of them fits there. So I found in the catalog that you can order them because it's like a one piece. So yeah, now I have to drain the system and dismantle them and check which one it is. But yeah, now when I'm ordering it from the shop, it would be stupid to not do it, right? So it seems that this is the part I need. It's sort of a, yeah, I will show it here. And that looks like this one. So I will try to order it and hope that it is what I need. Now I need to do the same thing with the taps in a bathroom. Those are taps for a basin. And I found their price. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like almost 40 euros per piece. So nope. I will be somehow just replacing the ceiling here and hope that I will never have to buy the replacement for it. Wow. All the material for a pipe replacement, it's ordered. It's not the cheapest, but yeah, it doesn't matter probably. Even the material would be the price-wise same. If I would have to pay somebody to actually do all the work, that would be that expensive part. But what I want to say also, I was choosing the water heater, which one I would like to go for, and I was deciding between a water heater that would have a stainless steel vessel inside, or actually there was a copper vessel inside. The price between those two, or the differences between those two, were two. The copper heater has volume 160 liters, stainless steel has a 140 liters. And the difference between them was the price. Copper one cost somewhere around 1,100 euros. Stainless steel one cost 1,600 euros. So as you can imagine, the price difference, there was a huge price difference. Volume would be also smaller. Also, another difference, it was the way how they were mounted. The copper one, it's standing, and the stainless steel one, it's lying on the ground. So I've chosen the copper one. I don't know if I will regret this decision or not. I really wanted to go for stainless steel one, but let's be honest, sometimes it's necessary to consider the money, even though that in the long run might have been cheaper. Who knows? I will know eventually. That's gonna be all for today. So yeah, I'm getting ready to replace part of the pipeline, even though I don't know what's gonna be the water results test, but I wanted to do it anyway. So now I just have to clean all the mess I did. Yeah, hide everything. Yeah, there. Yeah, it was a busy day. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. That's all from me today. So see you next time.